Around the Ozarks is now on your FM radio. Listen to Around the Ozarks mornings with Grace Gooley as I spotlight local people, stories, and podcasts, all while playing the country legends of the 90s and the hit makers of the 2000s. It's on the Ozarks' best country, 105.1 The Bull. It's time for Around the Ozarks News, sponsored by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Thompson Sales, Advanced Car Care, Smouse Brothers, and United Plumbing. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Hi there. Good morning to you. Here we are on a Tuesday, and I hope you're having a good one. Let's start out with some news as we get going.
All right. Bolivar police are investigating what appears to be a pair of swatting calls that sent a large emergency response to two businesses Sunday night. Police say that they first responded to Walmart after a threatening 911 call claimed that people inside the store were in danger. A thorough search found no shots fired, no injuries, and the store reopened a little bit later that evening. Then about 2 hours later, a similar call that was targeting a business, different business, another business in town. Police again determined that there was no real danger. Investigators are now trying to figure out who made those false emergency calls.
Springfield Police Department, meanwhile, is stepping up pedestrian safety enforcement after 6 pedestrian fatalities took place in the city this year. Officers recently conducted a 2-hour traffic operation at the Hawk Crosswalk on North Glenstone as part of the Safer Streets SGF campaign. Police issued 9 citations, including 8 of them to pedestrians who were crossing illegally. One of them went to a driver. Officers say more enforcement details are planned this year. They're encouraging more people to use marked crosswalks and those hawk signals whenever possible. And along those lines, the Missouri Highway Patrol says 9 people were killed in the state of Missouri in traffic crashes over the 4th of July holiday weekend. Troopers also reported 113 injuries in 235 crashes, along with 125 DWI arrests. That's a lot.
Missouri's
do what?
I was moving on. Sorry.
Sorry. I got more to tell you. On the water, there were 3 boating crashes with 3 injuries. No boating fatalities, but 3 drownings reported across the state over the holiday weekend. Everybody's out and about, and always a time, sadly, when fatalities climb.
I know. I didn't actually think it was as high as it was, but then I forget that they compile those numbers from the entire state, which drives them up.
It's a lot of drunk driving arrests.
That is a whole lot.
Concerns me because those are just the people they caught,
Right. Yeah. All right. We told you a few weeks ago about Governor Kehoe's plan to adopt this new system, and now Missouri teachers are pushing back against Kehoe. He has a proposal right now that we give public schools and charter schools a letter grade A through F on how the district is doing. The plan would use state test scores, graduation rates, and college readiness measures to grade schools, with the first report cards possibly issued next year, 2027. Supporters say the system would give families a clearer picture of how the school is doing, while the Missouri State Teachers Association argues the estimated $1.2 million startup cost would be better used elsewhere, perhaps to fund classrooms instead.
$1.2 million? That seems incredibly low for anything the government is doing. I mean, I'm shocked by how low that is for a startup cost. So I don't know. I don't know about that argument.
Anytime I hear the word million, it sounds like a lot. But yeah, I see what you're saying at least.
Not in a state budget to start up a program. I don't know. I think they could probably figure out a different reason to oppose it. Springfield Manufacturing Partnership is expanding and adding dozens of new jobs. Genie Recon is what it's called. It's a partnership between SRC Holdings and Genie. It's going to grow its workforce by about 50% by the end of the year. That company remanufactures aerial lifts at its East Pythian Street facility and expects to employ about 90 people by the end of this year. Hiring is currently underway. If you're interested, positions include production, engineering, maintenance, planning and warehouse operations.
Okay. The Springfield metro area continues to post one of the lowest unemployment rates in the state. New federal labor data shows the May unemployment rate held steady at 3.3% across Greene, Christian, Dallas, Polk, and Webster counties. That rate remains lower than the same time last year when unemployment stood at 3.8%. Only Jefferson City and Columbia reported lower jobless rates among Missouri's major metro areas. That's great news.
Right.
Good to hear.
It is good to hear. A new locally owned restaurant is preparing to open in South Springfield. Kicks Chicken, Kicks, Kicks Chicken will take over the former Corner 21 location, that white building, small building, on Sunshine at Fremont. The owners say they plan to specialize in hand-breaded chicken tenders with house-made sauces. They're going to have wraps and salads, macaroni and cheese, so lots of stuff going on there. Chicken, the specialty. It's waiting on final health inspection and then should open in the next few weeks. So a chicken place to check out, and it's not a chain for the first time in a while. We've had a lot of chicken places pop up, but they've all been chains.
Yeah.
So be worth a try. Kicks Chicken. And then there's this. If you watched last night, then you know, and it was very disappointing because it was very ugly most of the game. The World Cup dream is over for the United States. They lost to Belgium last night 4-1. And they were just, frankly, outplayed and outclassed the entire game. It was very clear that Belgium was a much better team than the United States. And I don't take any pleasure in saying that, but because I'm wearing my stuff now. But, I mean, it wasn't even close. They were just better in just about every position and every possession. The U.S. did have a good run as a host of the World Cup this year, making it to the round of 16, which is impressive, top 16. But where it ends, it's been a fun ride watching them. Great opportunity to enjoy the patriotism that went along with our 250th birthday as a nation. So it all really coincided well and got everybody waving the stars and stripes and singing songs about country roads, take me home.
Yeah. I'm sad. Ethan was yelling at the TV all night long. He was not a happy camper.
Well, they were terrible, frankly. I mean, the defense.
I know.
I
mean, Belgium basically had possession of it 70% of the time.
Well, the second half, they turned it on a little bit, and they gave up a stupid goal and then gave up another one. So it's unfortunate. What I hate about it as a soccer fan is that so many people were fired up about it who are not soccer people. They were ready to go, tuned in last night, and then we laid an egg. And that really, I think overall soccer progresses in the country, but that set us back because it was ugly.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Well, better luck next time. But go Team USA. It was fun while it lasted.
We can get our hopes up again in 4 years.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Command Family Medicine, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everybody. Conditions across the Ozarks today are pretty tranquil to start. We had some patchy areas of fog overnight last night, but all in all, it's going to be a nice one most of the day today. However, we do have some more isolated storm chances for your Tuesday, so we will dive right in. I think those storm chances, they come in the afternoon when the air heats up a little bit. We see some unstable air, pop-up showers and thunderstorms is what I'm expecting. Nothing too widespread across the region, but more storm chances in the forecast as we head into this afternoon and evening. Almost all of today, though, will be mostly sunny skies. That's what we have early this morning. And as a result, temperatures are warming up a bit more today than those mid-80s that we had around yesterday. I have a high temperature forecast of 87 degrees in Springfield today, and we'll hold on to sunshine for a majority of the afternoon. Conditions across the region should be pretty nice. We've got highs in the upper 80s. It'll be warm enough for the kids to head to the pools today, or the adults too. It's warm enough for us to swim. We have calm winds in the forecast, so that should be pretty tranquil. A little bit hot if you're out in direct sunlight, so do be careful and take some breaks in the shade. Drink plenty of water if you're going to be outside today as well. Isolated storms are in the forecast this afternoon, and with those isolated storms, much like the last couple of days, these summertime storms have the potential to provide some really brief, super heavy downpours, as well as gusty winds. So winds to 55 miles an hour are possible with some of the isolated storm activity that will likely be out this afternoon. By tomorrow, I think we have drier conditions. However, it'll be hot. High temperatures are back into the 90s as early as Wednesday, and they should stay there for the rest of the week. We've got isolated storm chances that return to the forecast again for the end of the work week. By Thursday and Friday, we're talking unsettled weather and some more storm chances for the tail end of the week. Today, we will see partly cloudy skies this afternoon. Isolated showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast with a high temp of 87 in Springfield. I think we're in the low 90s on Wednesday, 90 degrees, my forecasted high temperature under a mostly sunny sky. And then Thursday, we'll bring a little partly cloudy sky back into the forecast, and then rain returns Thursday night into the overnight hours, and we should have some showers and thunderstorms around here on Friday during the day as well. All right, here's what's going on around the country weather-wise. The national weather stories include critical fire weather concerns happening across the interior West. We also continue to see dangerous heat and humidity that's pretty persistent in the forecast for much of the Southeast, while heat is building again in the South and West. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. What is the meteorological term for a rare sudden spike in temperature that occurs at night when a dying thunderstorm collapses, sending a pocket of superheated dry air crashing down to the surface? Do you think that is A, heat burst, B, a flash burn, C, a thermal wave, or D, a micro oven? Well, if you think this sounds familiar, it's because we've had them in the Ozarks. The answer is a heat burst, and they can often cause damage, much like a severe thunderstorm would, as that very dry, hot air crashes down to the surface. A meteorologist will oftentimes look at the temperature plot for the overnight hours and see this spike in temperatures if a heat burst occurred, and then it does have some wind damage kind of outward in a circular pattern, and that indicates that the heat burst occurred in the overnight hours. All right, here's your next chance to win $50 to Godfather's Pizza. What is the name for the wave-like clouds that look exactly like broken ocean waves? They're formed when two different layers of air move at different speeds. Do you think these are called A, Kelvin-Helmholtz clouds, B, Mammatus clouds, C, asperatus clouds, or D, noctilescent clouds? Let me know if you're familiar with any of those funny cloud names. You can take your guess at the website. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thanks so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather on this beautiful Tuesday morning. Enjoy the summer-like day in the Ozarks and grab the umbrella for some isolated storms later this afternoon. Thanks to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine, Whole Hog Cafe, Taylor Grubauer Chevrolet, and Godfather's Pizza. Have a great one. I'll be back to chat with you first thing tomorrow morning. Have a nice afternoon.